Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town
to feel-good stories and messages of hope.
A few jokes and live plumbing.
Highlighting local businesses.
Discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying and delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. Freddie, you have to get up. We've got a morning show to do.
Just give me 5 more minutes. Where'd I put my hat?
Come on, Freddie. You don't have time. Get out of bed.
I can never find my hat when I need it.
We'll get the hat at the studio. Let's go. Pour yourself some coffee and get to the studio because it's time for the morning show.
Now, where's my bell?
Welcome to the morning show with Dawn and Freddie S., the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
Welcome to the morning show.
Kind of morning, kind of brunch, kind of a little midday. Anyway, morning to you. Happy Thursday.
Don't spill your coffee now.
Almost. For all of you who...
Oh, you know why? We forgot to bring in a light is what happened.
I knew that. For all of you that are on our Facebook following page, I want to thank you. And again, caring is sharing. So if you can share us today's show, I would appreciate it. Also, if you heard the new Gen X song that we posted last night, write in, let us know what you think of it. I think it's kind of snazzy.
It's been in my head all morning, that song.
I love it. That's what it's supposed to do. Hit me and Teddy Swims.
So apparently they want to see the Gen X on your ankles.
Yes, I know. I'm going to hold a meeting, an unveiling to do that.
I think this Gen X product, the eye cream and the face cream, is amazing. Because when I wake up in the morning, I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my gosh, Freddie's going to say, you got bags under your eyes. And then suddenly, magically, I put on this Gen X and it's just, they're there, but they're kind of a little smoother than they used to be.
It's funny because a woman gets up, right? And no matter what she looks like, good, bad, or indifferent, you're not going to say, "Uy, cuco," right? You're not going to say that. You're going to say, "Wow, you look fantastic," even though you're inside of you saying, "What the hell?" But with Gen X, you put this stuff on, and it really works. It works on my legs. It works on my ankles. A guy is dry skinned all over the place.
Do you put cream on you, or do guys not like used to the hair on their body? But you don't have hair on your face, so it's okay.
I put cream wherever cream is allowed.
Does that feel weird?
Why?
Getting your hair and stuff?
No.
He says
For
yes.
me, it does. For me, it very much does. And I
don't
don't have
put
as
cream?
much hair as you.
That's the problem. You got to have more hair.
You know what they want to do? We did a shoot. They wanted to take him to get this sugar wax.
Sugar. How are you?
Sugar waxing on his body. That hurts. Can you imagine taking
You've done that?
Sugar waxing?
You've done sugar?
Not like that, but I've done like sugar waxing.
And it hurts?
It hurts.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. I would do
They
it.
said it hurts less than regular waxing.
Less than regular waxing.
Well, I had the regular wax one time in my life. Never. It cost me a relationship. I says, I don't ever want to see you again. I left that crying. No, I shaved them once.
So at least it's not painful.
It is when it grows back.
What? Yeah. Anyway, morning to you. Happy Thursday, everyone. We got some new crew. Brianna Brooklyn is running the board. So nice job this morning setting everything up. Kevin Ramirez was here, and he was here before I got here this morning.
Yes, that's true.
And he came back. And I didn't have your phone number, so this is an email. But you're very specific, and you're very organized and detail-oriented, which is great.
Absolutely, yeah, no. So I try to get here a little bit early just so because anything can happen, whether it might be traffic or just trying to get out of the parking lot. Because lately with the college movement that's been going on, it's been absolutely hectic in the parking lots. Almost impossible to not only just find a parking space, but to get out of it just because of the long lines. and all the police trying to like move the traffic.
So do you dorm?
I do dorm, yes.
And where do you live?
In the dorm.
Yes, in the dorm. The building itself, it's Atlantic.
Not talking about where he's currently living. I mean, where do you know? Where's your residency?
Yes,
Where is it?
Atlantic Park Towers.
Which is where?
It is on campus.
No. When you go to your family, mom and dad, where do they live? Wow. Tough room.
Well, you want like the street?
No, where do you live?
In Boca Raton, on the campus.
You live in Boca, but
yes.
No,
okay.
he lives in Orange City.
You live in Orange City.
I live in Orange City. I moved on here. Yes.
Okay, so I guess I had to pronounce that. Where do you live?
No, where are you
Where
from?
Well, I live here now.
Where are you
Where
from?
are you from?
I am from Orange City.
And your parents live there still?
Yes, they still do.
Okay, so you're from Orange City. And you told me you were raised where?
I was raised in Deltona for about, I want to say 8 to 10 years, but then we moved over to a city, the Orange City. I say Orange City because that's the nearest city that people can actually recognize, but the actual city is called DeBerry. It's a Gulf community over about 10 miles from Orange City.
Is that by the Villages?
I feel like it is. I recognize the name.
I know the
It might be.
Villages. I used to do construction work at the Villages, and the Barrett sounds very familiar. I think I passed it on the way there.
Yeah, there's honestly there's a lot of new housing going up around the DeBerry area right now. I'm pretty sure they opened 2 brand new complexes by the DeBerry train station.
See that? You can take a train there.
Near Orlando, right?
It's with Sunrail. It doesn't go. Actually, no, it does go to Orlando. Yes.
Yes.
Sunrail, is that a whole nother?
Yeah. So the Amtrak, that's the one that goes up to New York. Sunrail takes you from up to, I want to say, DeLand down to Ponciana.
This is all part of Florida?
Yes, it's
You know
Florida.
that- you know
Central
what-
Florida.
You know of these
Yeah.
transportation modes?
Yeah, because when I coached football, all the cities in Florida.
Interesting.
Lakeland was my favorite.
That's Central also.
Central West, one tree looks like another.
Okay. Anyway, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you're majoring in?
I'm majoring in multimedia studies with a concentration in film, video, new media.
You did this in high school.
Yes, I did this in high school.
What do you like about the field?
I want to say the creativity and being able to capture these moments and really make it into something special where you could replay it into something that's twice as enjoyable than what you actually just recorded.
What is the one thing you've done thus far that you are very wow, I did that?
I want to say, okay, so there's 2 that I kind of want to brag about a little bit. The first one, the one that happened a while ago. I was in high school, and one of the alumni there, his name is Jalix Hunt. He's part of the Philadelphia Eagles. And when he won the Super Bowl, he actually came back to our high school. We threw him a parade and everything, and we were able to do an interview with
Jalen
him.
Hunt,
Jalix Hunt.
that quarterback.
Yes. No. I'm not exactly sure of his position, but he was part of the Philadelphia Eagles, and he was an alumni at my old high school.
And you got
University.
to interview him.
Yes, I got to interview him. I set up the lighting. I set up all the cameras. We had one of the other members interview him personally, and then I was able to go back and edit it into a piece.
And what's the other one?
The other one would be actually the most recent. I went to a Hard Rock Riviera Maya in Mexico, and this was around the time where I wanted to kind of start building my portfolio for a video business or anything, just to be able to show what I can do. So there was a guitarist that came out into the adults pool, and he was actually going crazy, super impressive guitar stuff. And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna take my iPhone, I'm gonna record a few shots, maybe I can edit it into something at home. So absolutely phenomenal shots. And then also while I was in Mexico, I was watching a lot of Instagram shorts on ways to edit this kind of footage, just making these kinds of edits and shorts. So I took that information, I was able to learn off of it, and then I created a short out of it. I posted it on my YouTube channel and my Instagram.
Wow. Jalen Hunt, the tight end for the
Licks.
Philadelphia. Jalix?
Jalix,
Jay
yes.
List. He's on defensive and special teams. He was part of the Super Bowl team.
Jalix Hunt.
Number 58.
Wow. Oh, I know number 58. I can't stand him. Those are impressive memories.
Absolutely, it was a true honor to be able to do that.
Do you have in your short career a famous or a noteworthy thing that you did that you remember?
I don't think I've
Or anything. What was the number one point that you remember? The thing you did most?
I guess like it was making my very first short film.
Okay.
Like it was for one of my classes, and like I wrote the script. I gathered like actors from the theater department, and I did like ask like classmates to help me, and like we all worked together to create like my very first short film. It was a horror short film, and like even though it's like you could tell it was my first one, but like I was still very proud of it, and it was like really fun to make and direct, and it felt good to make. So
You like horror films?
I do.
You like horror films?
Depends. I used to not like them because they took too long. I'm more into like action movies and stuff like that. But recently, I was watching The Conjuring and those kinds of movies with
That's
my
a good
sister,
movie.
and I enjoyed that.
There's a new Conjuring coming out September 3rd.
Oh, I heard of that. Yeah,
You know the number one streaming movie on Netflix right now?
I happen to know that. I think it's Happy Gilmore.
Yes.
They
2.
say- They say The Shawshank Redemption also.
No, Happy Gilmore 2 is number 1, unless they changed yesterday.
I don't know, I was just reading it. That's an old film coming
Absolutely.
back.
A lot of the old films are coming back. What it is that the turnover from COVID is finally over in American production movie making. And you have a whole bunch of new movies coming out that were made, started during COVID, put away, and come back. The only problem they're having is how do you go from 3 years of transition into the same movie? So,
Interesting.
but you're starting to see some good stuff, and Conjuring's coming out on September 3rd. I already bought my events tickets.
He's a huge movie buff.
Oh, I love the movie.
You love the movies?
I do.
You seen Superman?
I have not yet, unfortunately. It came out when I was like preparing for college.
Have you seen The Naked Gun?
I've heard of it.
Where'd you hear? It was a great movie, right?
I think so.
I want you
Here's
to
the
see
thing.
it and bring Kleenex because you're going to suffer. You're going to want to run out of this movie so fast. It was so poorly done, made, and the whole thing is cockeyed.
Wasn't it supposed to be a comedy? The Naked Gun?
It is. It's supposed to be a comedy off the first one.
Because I was reading a few articles that a lot of movie companies, they're scared to make another comedy because they haven't been doing really well.
They don't. You can't.
With Happy Gilmore, it actually came out really well. Though.
Did you see it?
Yes, I did see it.
You
It was
liked
a phenomenal movie. So many cameos though.
Is Adam Sandler in it again?
Yes, of course
Yeah.
it has Adam Sandler. It had Eminem in there.
It had Adam Sandler in a few roles, no? He played the old man. He played himself.
I'm pretty sure they brought his whole family at that point.
I
You
think
know-
so too. I think his whole family was in the movie.
Sandler hangs out here at
Meisner?
at the restaurant that we know. The new owner, he used to hang out there because Linda's daughter used to serve him, and he used to bring his mother at this place over here by Meisner. And one thing that he does is that he is very loyal to his friends. So if you look at all his movies, you'll see his friends in all of them. It's like 5 or 6 of them. And they are in all the movies, all of them that he's ever done. And he's made millions on it. And he's taking his friends with him, which is kind of
What
cool.
would you do if you made millions?
I won't give it to you.
If you made millions, more than a million.
How many millions? A lot or a little?
You tell me. Well, a million.
Well, I'll be
is still
broke
a
in
lot.
one day if I make $1 million.
You would be broke in one day with $1 million.
$1 million.
Because I know you give it out.
Why not? It wasn't mine to begin with.
What would you do if you made $1 million?
I would first put that towards setting up the rest of my life. Like, if I can just take all that money, put it somewhere, and then not have to worry about not just retirement, but working at all, then I could spend the rest of my life doing what I enjoy rather than having to work to do what I enjoy.
Or is it living to work or working to live? What would you do with $1 million?
Probably like save it, give some to my parents probably, cause like I would love to be able to like provide for my parents so they can like relax and not have to worry about me or my siblings. So I'd probably save some, give some to my parents, and then the rest use so I can live comfortably, I guess.
Isn't it amazing? Like you're young and you get married and you have kids, and then your kids want to give back to you, and this whole perpetuation of giving back. And when you have kids, it's not like you have kids to say, "Oh, so they're going to give back to me," but somehow we raise them to do that and to take care
What
of
would
us
you
when we
do
get
with it?
older. Me? I'd probably give it away.
You would give it away. You'll be broke faster than I would.
I would like probably give it to the crew. I might put some away for me, and then give it.
$1 million isn't enough money. If I'm gonna win, I want to win $100 million.
That is
Inflation.
It is true.
$1 million. What are you gonna do? I can only hire 20 people at $50,000 a year.
That's the thing, because it goes like even when the money comes in here, we've got this one, and then that one's having a bad day, and then that one needs a loan, right? And next thing you know, all the money's gone.
And you wonder what happens, but that's the nature of the beast. I remember back in the day, nobody would pay attention to me in streaming, much less try to sell something on streaming. So I think it's found money.
You know what we have to do though, because next week we're going to be at Coriander, an Indian Euro kitchen.
Yeah.
On next Thursday.
Indian restaurant.
Next Thursday for lunch show. We have a lot of promoting to do, by the way.
Well, listen, I want everybody there. I got to tell you, I got a deal for you if you show up there, by the way. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't know what it is yet, but I got a deal for you. I got to ask. I've been asking every time you always go into something else. I wanted to ask, what has been your number one thing that you've done that you remember in the 10 years you've done this?
Ever?
Jeez Louise, 10 years, Dawn.
Oh my God.
Count to 10. Those are the years in
Probably
the last 10
opening the
years.
studio.
That's the highlight of your career?
Opening the studio.
This one? Or the other ones we've opened?
This one. Because when you and I started in a
Wow.
radio room, and it started as an interview with you, one, and then the second one you said come back, and by the end of that day you said stay and work with me. And we were in a radio room and went to another studio and things went haywire, and we found this studio which we couldn't afford. It was too big, we had no crew, none of it made any sense, but yet here we are. And
So
that's
you
me.
find opening the studio to be the number one thing on your bucket list. This is it? This is what?
I didn't say this is my end all be all, but this is it as our home base for
The
now.
last 10 years?
Because it enables us to bring in crew and enables us to bring in shows and house and teach and redo and grow without having to answer to somebody else.
Oh, we answer to FPL,
Well, it's not the
Comcast.
same as we had to do before.
Okay,
We
so
can make our own hours.
it's
We
so
can do
cool.
what we
I-
want. We can be here
I
when we
didn't-
want.
I didn't see that coming. I didn't see this being interesting.
We have a home for everyone who walks in the door. Some of those are scared and they ring the bell and they run away. But it's what's inside of the studio that breathes life to it. You know, Frank posted, and Frank's going to be here later today, a picture of the Virgin Mary that we have.
I
And next
reposted
to it, you reposted it, the Virgin Mary from the Apparition Center. I had never seen that image.
Yeah.
And to think that she sits with us is a gift.
A 650-pound gift.
She's in menopause. She's gained some weight like we all do. What can I say?
That's-
but that's just remarkable.
She's talking about the statue you see right there.
Yeah, they see it walking in.
So that statue, there was a gentleman, you'll meet him today if you're here. He has a show with us, but before he had a show, he talked about this statue. So I said to him, can I have it? Thinking he was going to say, no, you can't have it. So he tells me, well, 3 churches want it, and yada, 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 yada. I says, can I pick it up tomorrow? And he starts to laugh. He says, did you hear what I said? And I go, what time tomorrow can I pick it up? And he says, do you really want it? Yes, I'm going to go get it. So I told Gato, I need a hand, a G-Man, I need a hand. They're the strongest guys in the studio. We got to go pick up a 650-pound statue.
Wow.
And the next day at 7 o'clock in the morning, we were
I
there.
actually went. I couldn't believe you did it.
And Gato had a pickup truck. His father lent us the truck. And we couldn't lift it. I mean, the thing really weighs 650 pounds. So me, G-Man, and Gato try to lift her. And Gato says, okay, enough. And he pulls up his pants. He says, stand back. I said, what's this maniac going to do now? He lifted it and put it in the back of the truck. And we tied her up and we brought it here. And then we put the truck right up to the door and he lifted it. And me and G-Man were like, it's your world. We're just living in it. And we just got out of his way and we sort of crawled it over there. And they painted it. He fixed it all up.
But I had never seen the apparition picture before.
And I've never seen that either. I didn't even know the why. I just asked for it. And the churches were saying, what happened? Well, you didn't pick it up. Because nobody would go pick it up because it weighed too much. I knew that was my inside key. And then there's stories that she moves, that she changes her angle. I don't know what they're talking about, but
Or what about you? What's the number one thing you've done?
You know, I never thought about that.
But you asked it.
I know, but I never thought
I
about
haven't
it.
thought about it either, but I realized that this home houses everything that we can encompass to do. It allows us, before we came here, we were like gypsies for 2 weeks. We had no home. We had things in storage in this room, but we had no studio, no setup, no nothing. And we were on the road every day for 2 weeks.
We had a bathroom, what is that, sheet? What is that?
Plastic
A
tablecloth?
plastic tablecloth that we put up there so you could take pictures in red.
But we had nothing, and we were on the road for 2 weeks. It was exhausting. I got really sick. I couldn't handle on the road for 2 weeks. And then COVID came.
And
I think I was patient 0 of COVID, though.
we had nothing. I called my son and I says, I need your help. He says, what do you need? I says, I need to wire a warehouse that we just got into. And he says, okay, what are we wiring? I says, all the internet. There's miles of cable in this
In
place.
these walls, yeah.
Miles. And he did it. He wired it up. And then, what was the name? Michelle's brother came and he put up the TVs. He put up all the different things that you see in here. The wiring, the couplings, and everything else. He fed it. He bled it. He did those pieces for the artwork, and he actually fell from up there. Remember that?
Wow, you bring up the really good memories of here.
No, but all of the
Think about it. We're both here, and I'm talking about the interns and the shows and the this, and then you're talking about who was there, who fell, the
Well,
wiring.
but there was nothing here. So there was a gentleman that came in from England that he wanted us to do production with him, and he was bringing a world famous violinist. And he says, Freddie, I need a stage. I says, you need a what? A stage. Now, mind you, there's nothing here. This is all empty.
There was nothing in there, correct.
Nothing at all, not even a painting. So I said, Don, we have to get a stage. So there's a guy that we met at a pharmacy, was getting the cancer medicine for his wife. And this one talks to him in the pharmacy. Hey, are you a handyman? Yes. We call him. He built us a stage in 2 days.
Oh, wow.
Remember that?
Think about all the synchronicities that led us here.
Even the people we met, the nails, the hammers, everything has a story.
Everything has a story in here.
And we built the stage, and then friends of ours gave us covering for it. And then we moved it from there to over there, moving things around. And we built now a second stage. And she looks at me, she says, because she knows now, it's just stay out of the way. So it's hard to have one.
It's hard to have one.
It's hard to have one. You know how many shoots I've been on? How many presidents I've met? We had Vice President Pence in this studio.
On the phone, I think.
On the phone.
Yeah.
He was in here. I met the Clintons. I met Obama. I thought that was the highlight of my career. I went to the DNC.
All right, so if you could do one thing in life, big bucket list, what, do you have one? Don't ask me because I don't.
I do.
You do?
I want to have my own television show. I tell you that.
Bigger than this? Because streaming is even bigger now than TV on some of the things.
There's no difference.
You want network TV?
That's right. Even I want to do a late night show, one, and I want to have a TV show, one. I don't care if I do it once. That's good enough for me. Because if you look around, think about it this way. Look around, see who does what you do, and tell me how many people you come back with that does what you do, see things the way you see them. You know, Gio went to Full Sail, so everybody there was a producer. Nobody had this concept, because I taught this concept with him at Full Sail when he was a freshman about streaming, because they never heard of it. And that's Full Sail. But think about it. How many people do you know that do what you do? Nobody. How many people understand how your mind works and see the world the way you see it?
People understand you?
No.
People understand you?
No.
I think this is a studio where because you can't describe what you do. There's
You can
no
try.
way to describe what you see, which is why I think creatives and filmmakers and production, you create what you see. So people get the vision by the end product, but they don't know what it feels like in your heart, in your soul, to come in every day and figure it out and to go again and to go again like yesterday and again and again and
Then you
again.
have to do it again and again, and you have to do it good,
Yeah.
right? I hate the word podcast
How come?
because it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Thank you. Buzz yourself. Thank you.
But it is. You know, there's an old saying, you can't fix stupid. Okay, a podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Morning Show podcast. This is not a podcast. A podcast is audio. And if I'm going to do a podcast, I want to do it on real radio. 95.3, 96.9, 107.6. Oh, are those the stations we're on?
Oh, did anyone see the Taylor Swift Kelsey
Yeah.
podcast yesterday?
Yeah, it's 2 hours long.
My daughter was watching it last night. I fell asleep in the
It's
middle of it.
fantastic.
That's what she said.
It's the best thing in the world.
That's what she said.
But that's not a podcast.
It's not a podcast.
It's an audio visual thing.
It was a regular show.
It's a show.
Production.
That's right. But because people are so lazy, they put podcasts. Because you wake up in the morning and you put your little, I have a different name for it, but you put your little ears on and you go running in your treadmill and you put on the podcast.
I was listening to a podcast yesterday because I was on the treadmill and I was
See?
listening. Actually, it was an audiobook.
That's right. That's right.
It was Mel Robbins' book, Let Them. And yesterday's chapter was Let Them Act the Way They Act. So it was, what if you're with somebody and they're acting like an emotional 8-year-old, but they're an adult? What do you do? She's like, let them emotionally act like an 8-year-old. It is not your responsibility, nor is it anything you're supposed to do to control another adult's reactions or emotions. Let them act like an 8-year-old. And then you can choose to either engage in their 8-year-old behavior or not. You let them be. And I'm like, wow, that was wonderful.
Now, you heard that, right?
That was an audiobook, yes.
Okay, if the same audiobook is turned into a video book and you see it. See, I believe an audiobook should have video attached to it because there's nothing like watching people.
But then that's a movie.
No, it's not a movie.
Yeah,
it's
she
a
has a point. It
podcast.
might be a movie
That's
at that
a
point.
movie.
podcast.
Like, to sit and watch a 30-minute, that was just one chapter of this. That would have been a movie.
But a movie is a movie.
Yeah.
A podcast is a podcast,
Yeah.
right? There's nothing wrong with watching a podcast.
No.
But if you do comedy, I watch a comedy guy. Let me ask you a question. Do you have a favorite place to go get gasoline?
Yeah.
Okay. Suppose then you have to go somewhere else. So you have to go somewhere else. You're somewhere else and you got to get gas. And it's midnight. How do you feel?
Scared.
Yeah.
This guy took this to another level. I was crying laughing last night at midnight because I'm watching his expressions. And he tells his wife, we need gas. Oh, no, we'll make it home. She says, yeah, this ain't girl math. We need 28 miles of gas. We got less than 4. It won't work. I have to go. But it's the way he talks and he presents. I was dying. I got to go to the hut of death because the scanner was broken. I got to go pay in cash. So I'm going to want you to roll down the windows. If you see me running out of that hut of death, I'm jumping in this car and you just floor it. I was dying.
One day, your kids are going to be grown or your grandkids are going to be grown. You're going to say, back in the day, I used to have to drive my car to the corner gas station and actually fill it up. And they're going to say, what? Are you kidding me?
You didn't have a gas pill? You throw it in the tank and you have a full tank of gas?
You couldn't just like get it from the air and the clouds. You actually had to stop. And
You didn't
do
put your
something.
finger in the gas hole and you got gas?
You must have got that.
Eat
from
a
your
can
son.
of beans and you have gas?
I don't know. It's really funny, but
I
that
gotta
totally
tell you,
changed.
and I hate the word podcast because it doesn't represent what we do. You know, a podcast is just sitting there. Well, he talked about the treadmill. Why are there so many compartments in the treadmill? You know,
One for
keys,
my water bottle,
water
one
bottle,
for my
your
towel,
sneakers,
one for
a
my
top.
music, one for my ear pods.
And why is it there's 8 treadmills and you go to the gym and I'm on the treadmill, you know, doing my little walk, and this guy, Mr. Harry, has to come next to me. There are 8 of them and he's got to be next to me. And then he starts to stretch. There are places in the gym where you stretch. The treadmill is not a stretch zone. Oh, I was dying. This guy had me on a roll.
Truth.
So you
Yes,
can
I listened
see.
to a podcast audiobook yesterday, but now there's so many apps I have to find it.
That's the
It
problem.
was like, was it on my Alexa? Was it on my Amazon? Was it on my Kindle? Was it on my Audible? Seriously, I was so frustrated to find it, and then you have to find what category, because there's the podcast category, and the audiobook category, and then your music category. That was just me and technology.
I'm gonna write up.
I'm much better to sit with you on those other things.
I'm gonna write up podcast help. A look at finding your podcast, because everybody does a podcast. Really? What's it on? Oh, it's on the podcast world. Oh, where? Oh, it's on my page. What page is that? Oh, it's Mr. Magoo meets Mrs. Magoo.
But here's the funny thing about what you said. There was a client in yesterday with Laura.
Yes.
And she has a podcast. She uses it for training for work. She says when someone asks, she has a very large real estate company. She said when someone asks her the same question 3 times, if she gets it from 3 different people, she knows she's going to do a training on it. So she creates it. Episode 39 will answer this question for you. Watch it. If you have any questions, let me know. So she said she's got someone else she's working with that wants a podcast. But her podcast, she really only needs the audio side. There are some companies in this town that really are only equipped to do the audio side and a phone. Mm-hmm. The person she's working with wants more of a YouTube presence, like Laura has YouTube and radio. So she's like, I think that would be better fit for what this person is looking for. So it's not really a podcast, it's really a show, which goes in line with what you were saying.
Well, the problem is that you're defining a podcast to do one thing, but you have a different intent. So if you film something, you can turn any film into a podcast. You can go from MP4 to MP3. You can go from MP3 to anything you want. You can make muñequita. You can make cartoons out of it if you want. It doesn't make a difference. The problem isn't the podcast. The problem is the content. So you could have Sleepville, or you could have something proactive. So if you want to turn it into a library, okay, I know an attorney that had a library. He started out with 2 books in his library, ended up being almost 14,000 different subject matters in law. And so he looks at me and he says, I want to do a short video on each part of the law. And I said, okay, how many of them? He said 14,000. And I want to do it in 3 days. I said, me and what gang? Because if I'm here for an hour and we go through this 4 or 5 times, because the first take, the second, you got to deal with what you're dealing with. How long do you think it's going to take me? Maybe 14 years? I said, what's wrong with you? This doesn't make any sense. So it never happened.
No.
Not me or anybody else. It's a great idea. Podcast. Hate the word.
Things to ponder. Welcome to Freddie's Mind. You ready to wrap this up?
Yeah, so we're
I was
going
going to say we're going on a shoot, but our crew's not here to go on a shoot, so eventually we're going on a shoot.
We
You
gotta
can
have a
join us
crew.
midday. We've got Frank coming in and Alicia, host of the Artist Loft, I guess Artist Loft 2.0. And Frank's going to talk about his new books, including The Golden Skull.
Artist Law 2.0. What is that?
I've just made that up.
So what did you call it?
Isn't the Artist Loft, aren't they changing some things around?
2.0? What the hell are you talking about?
Tell them what 2.0 means.
Like the second version.
There's a second version? I didn't know that.
Aren't we?
No, nobody's
It's still
made
the
that
first
official.
version?
Of course.
Okay. Still Artist Loft 1.0. All right, more to come. Have a great morning.
You shock me every day.
Goodbye.
Don't have a bad day. Don't be late. Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.